Alright, so let's take a moment to check out which type of properties we got. So product is going to have alphanumerical values. Okay, this only has text. This is a link. Okay, then we got a text, we got a value which can be expressed as a numerical item. Okay, we also got a value which can also be expressed as a numerical value, and numerical value. Okay, we also got data, for example, the style, the material, which is a set of options. Let's say that this type of data only has two different options. The style can be either classic or be only modern. So you got only two options. And for example, material, you only got three different options. You got bone type of finish, you got ABS finish, or you got high gloss white glazed finish. Okay, so you only can have three different finishes for a product. Okay, so keep these different types of data in mind, because what we can do now is inside ArchiCAD specify which type of data we want to assign. So let's start off with data type over here. You got different types of options. You got string, you got number, you got integer. String, well, it's a general purpose use. You can input special characters, you can input text, you can input number. So it's a general type of data that will allow you to input ABC, 1, 2, 3, and special characters. Pretty much everything is accepted for this option. Okay, then you got number, which will only allow you to input numerical values. I'm not sure if it's going to allow you to input or allow you to, yeah, it's going to accept decimals for this case. So number will accept as many decimals as you want to add. Okay, I think only, well, this depends upon your unit settings, also the project unit settings, but integer will only accept full values, full integer values. You can't specify decimal places, or you can't even use a point to specify the decimal values. Okay, then you got specific types of values which we also use with expressions. This is more important once we get into expressions, something that we're going to talk a little bit about in the next section. You can specify whether this value is going to be a length, it's going to be some type of area, it's going to have a volume, or it's going to be an angle. Okay, so this is more useful for expressions, but you can always use them for general purposes. Okay, you also got amazing values such as, for example, true or false. This is quite useful, for example, when you are working with doors. Okay, let's say you got a general door over here. It has a general type of design leaf, and it has an accessory over here which is a pulley, and then has another accessory over here which is a dust plate, dust cover, however you want to call them. And it has another type of accessory over here and something like that. So in a door schedule or door table or door index, however you want to call it, we usually make a general description. It has this accessory, accessory 2, accessory 3, accessory 4, and then we only got check marks for all types of doors. So let's say you got door number 1 over here, you got door number 2 over here, and door number 3. Okay, and you also got the image of the door, which is at the very end. It will display the door type. Okay, so let's say one of these is maybe, I don't know, it's going to be, it has a dust cover or a plate, however you want to call it. Does it have a plate? It can be either an X or it can be either a check mark. So this is where this option is going to be useful, because false and true, when you extract this type of property and document it through a schedule, it's going to convert this into check marks and X's. Okay, so this is one example where you can also use a true or false when you only have two possible outcomes. It's quite a useful value, especially for these types of schedules. You also got the tag list and the option set, which in my own experience I don't find too much difference from one and another, but also has minor differences. Tag list, for example, you can create multiple values. You can input a whole paragraph of value. You can say it's a value 1, value 2, and value 3. And it's going to convert the whole paragraph into 3 different values, something like that. And you can select how you want to define the values, okay? You also got option set, which is one of my favorites, because let's say that we got a value which is going to be maybe the material over here. You got 3 types of finishes. You got bond, ABS, and high gloss. So you can select the 3 finishes, simply register them over here. Let's say that, let's delete this one for now, and let's go to option set. The first one is going to be bond finish. Okay, let's add another value, which is going to be ABS, something like that. Okay, and let's add the final value, which is going to be high gloss white. Okay, something like that. So it's going to be a checklist where you can select which of these 3 options you want to register right over here. So for example, you press OK, and then you can select whether this is option 1, option 2, or option 3, which is quite useful when you have limited set of values you want to use for a property. So it's going to allow you to specify which type of data you want to use, okay? And in option sets, you can also create as many as you want, and it also gives you the ability to, whoever is registering the values, to specify multiple choices, okay? And finally, but not least, you also got, besides everything you got over here, you also have the ability to create some type of expression. If you set this to string, you can always go ahead, expression. So expression, how does this work? I'm just going to give you a quick spoiler. I'm not going to explain this in full detail. I'd rather we practice this in the next section. But let's say you want to start off by maybe quantifying the, let's say, the length of a wall. Let's see, let's search for length over here. Curtain wall length. Let's see, we got a general length of the reference line. So let's say that we start out with quantifying the length of the wall, and then we maybe want to multiply this length. Let's say we multiply this by 12.50, which is the amount of bricks we can find in maybe some square meter of a wall. Okay, in this case I'm making a mistake. I should actually quantify not the length of the wall, but let's say how many square meters a wall has, and we simply multiply this times 1250, and we get the amount of blocks or bricks we got in the wall. So pretty much expression is, we could say, Excel formulas inside ArchiCAD. You take a value, you assign some type of operator, and you get something a little bit more powerful. This is a secret in how you can work on your cost evaluation of a project, how you can create advanced quantifications, and in general how you can get the cost of a project, okay? But this is something we're going to experiment in the upcoming lessons.